was not going to say anything today because it's Wednesday. And I actually have a bit of a cold. Maybe I have the COVID. Should I get myself tested? Turbo was going off on COVID. And of course, Lincoln's trying to stir the pot. Here's the problem. And these are basically confirmed facts. We now know it was actually made in a lab, the COVID-19. We also know that the vaccines were created before the pandemic. If you want to dispute those things, man, then we might as well talk about the sun being, or the sky being green and not blue. Those are undisputed facts by even most of the COVID advocates. So COVID is real. I'm not saying COVID isn't real. It's a real thing. It was man-made. Why they're making that shit, everybody knows the answer to that. You can't say why are they making that stuff, because it's a bioweapon. That's why they're making that stuff. If you can't see that, then you should unfollow me immediately, because I don't know. I don't want to call you naive, hopeful, denial. I don't know, man. And the thing that killed it for me immediately off the bat, that all my spidey senses went up about it, was when they were telling you that the masks prevent it. And having worked in confined spaces and with hazardous gases, and understanding the molecular size of viruses compared to some of the gases that we deal with, it was absolute hogwash that the masks do anything. And they tried to do the water vapor thing, and everything was just such a stretch. Nothing added up. So that's what sort of sent me down the rabbit hole, if you will, is when they said you need to wear a mask because this prevents the virus. I'm like, what? It does? How does it do that? Is this virus bigger than most? No, it's not. So there's a lot of shady crap going on around that stuff. Continues to be. They're still pushing the vaccines. There's advertisements. There's people in the malls wearing masks. And I don't even, I honestly mostly feel bad for those people. I'm like, man, how does it feel to live your life in absolute fear of everything? Like microscopic bugs. Just, anyway. I was talking to whoever I was talking to the other day. And if you look after yourself physically and try to be somewhat physically fit and trying to eat real food, like whole foods, like, not the compound shit that you buy in the stores that are processed to whatever, have wood chips in them. I found that out the other day. I forget the full name of it, but cellulose something is wood chips. It's like grind up wood chips. It's in, what did I see it on? It's in paprika. If you look at your regular paprika bottles, or whatever, paprika? No. Parmesan cheese. Where's my head? Parmesan cheese. If you look at the ingredients, it's cellulose something. And this is a significant amount. They basically pick sawdust and put it in and you're eating that stuff. And it's it's allowable because, well, it ain't gonna kill you. And it allows us to get more volume, sell more product, and be cheaper about it. So I think that's what's happened over the last couple of years is people have just sort of started to question the lines they've been told. And I'm one of those dudes that for, I'm 50, I turn 54 next month. I just sort of believed everything. Oh, why would they? I mean, generally, the government's on your side and wants your best interests at heart, and blah blah blah. Well, that has sort of taken a 180 over 2020, 21, and 22, and it ain't getting any better. You look at our stupid prime minister and his carbon tax. I mean, that's literally, they're just stealing people's money. It doesn't nullify anything. I saw some farmer's bill. This month alone, he spent like $16,000 on carbon tax. It's bananas to me. So I do think people are opening their eyes to that stuff, realizing that stuff. There's clearly lots of, debate and nuances, and it's not a black and white issue for sure. It's certainly nuanced, but when we talk about COVID, the killer is, for me, if you look at the numbers of people that died from the flu in 2019 and half of 2020, and the people that died from COVID over the last half of 2020 and 2021 and 2022, the numbers mirror each other. The flu numbers went like this, and the COVID numbers went like this. And now that COVID's been eradicated, mostly, the flu numbers are back up again. And so you don't have to be, what was Turbo saying? You don't have to be a virologist you don't need to understand the complexities of what goes behind that. It's 7th grade math. You can look at those charts and go, that does not make sense. What you're telling me doesn't line up with what the numbers say. So, and that New Zealand thing is incredibly disturbing. That 11,000 of those people were exempt from taking it. That's bananas. And of course, there's all the videos of politicians getting the shot. Some with empty syringes, some with no needles. There's a couple in like Turkey or whatever, where they don't even have a needle. They're just like, So I do think, and I hope that people are getting wise. And I don't think it's about rebellion or, even conflict. It's about holding people accountable. If there's a message that I've tried to instill in my children, that was certainly instilled into me by my father, it was being accountable for your actions and owning up to the mistakes you made and trying to make them right. I do think if people would just come out and say, listen, we messed up on this, we got bamboozled by, like, there's obviously somebody that headmanned this thing and ran the show, and whether he coerced everybody with money or with leverage, or, I mean, if you say they, it seems so ominous. I don't think there's a quote-unquote Dr. Evil out there, but I do think that money and people leveraging their positions of power to make people do things happens all the time. That's literally soap opera stuff. And as we all know, reality is far more dramatic than fiction. So we're living in the real world, and it's full of drama, it's full of power politics, and there's billions and billions of dollars at play. And my 10 minutes is up already. I gotta go change the zone valve. Those are my thoughts and not yours. Hope you all have an excellent day, and we'll do a quick my thoughts, not yours, on Christmas on Friday. Till then, I also sent out some more Baker swag, so if you're expecting it, or you sent me your address, I don't know if it'll make it before Christmas, but certainly, hopefully before the end of the year. Out.